What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about setting boundaries with narcissists and toxic people to protect you, to protect yourself, how the boundaries are for yourself. Stay tuned, like, and subscribe. So let's talk about setting boundaries with narcissists and toxic people. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. First of all, boundaries are set to protect you from narcissists and toxic people. Boundaries are not for the other person. Boundaries are for yourself. It's a red flag if you see somebody talking about it. Hey, I don't like people with boundaries and things like that. Like videos like this, like how women who don't set boundaries in relationships get treated way better. Or like this, why a woman shouldn't set boundaries with their man. I'm not saying either of those men were narcissists, but if they are, that's what toxic people want. They don't want people who set boundaries. They want submissive people. They want slaves. They don't want people who are going to tell them what to do. Boundaries are guidelines on how you determine you want to be treated. If somebody is questioning your boundaries or pushing against your boundaries or telling you not to set boundaries with them, they're trying to control you, narcissist, toxic person or not. Learn how to say no to people because I truly believe saying no teaches you more about that person than saying yes. And if they break your boundaries, bye-bye. Welcome back, y'all. Boundaries. Most narcissistic people, toxic people, whatever, whoever, don't like boundaries, y'all. They don't like boundaries. And what are boundaries? Boundaries are anything that you put into place, that someone puts into place to protect themselves. And the boundaries should apply to every person you encounter. It's when people have these boundaries like, I don't do this on the first date. I don't do this. I don't let people do this. I don't let people do this. But when you meet somebody special, you meet just a handsome man or a beautiful woman with some cheeks on her, your boundaries just go out the door. You allow people physical attraction. A lot of times you allow physical attraction to circumvent your boundaries. You allow physical attraction to steamroll your boundaries. Ooh, they so cute though. I just don't know. I don't do this on the first night, but I just gotta get the cheeks up to them because they're cute. And then you give the cheeks up and they disappear. You're like, what happened? No, they were so cute. And that be it. Your boundaries matter, but they are not for the other person. They are applied to the other person, but they are for you. Lee, what's a boundary? Distance can be a boundary, y'all. Distance. I talked to a woman the other day. She was like, I'm having trouble setting boundaries because of my ex. She moved to a different country. She was 2,000 miles away. Like, well, that's a huge boundary right there. Distance is also a boundary. Now, if they violate that boundary, if they fly 2,000 miles away, that's a huge boundary violation. You can see that person doesn't care about how you really feel. You know what I mean? So you're dealing with narcissistic people, toxic people. You understand that dynamic that they don't they don't really care how you feel a lot of times. As long as they're getting what they want from you, they don't care how you feel. Keep it real. Keep it hot. I tell people all the time to keep it hot. Keep it hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza. Always, because you have to. Because if you do not, you're going to get ran over. You're going to get taken advantage of, and you can be angry as hell at people. You be angry as hell at the other person when is your boundaries that you let down. They got violated. You mean, or you gonna get mad at the other person for you sleeping at I understand you get mad at the other person. Like, I don't kiss on the first date. Oh, but this person right here, they're extra cute. They made me feel extra special. So I violate their boundary, and now they expect more from you. Because once you start to allow your boundaries to be violated, the little boundaries at first, especially early boundary violations or early pushback on your boundaries should be huge red flags. But a lot of people don't see them as red flags. A lot of people see them as just people being persistent. Ooh, they're persistent. Ooh, they're aggressive. Ooh, one of the term slang is applying pressure. They're applying pressure. You mean? I like when people apply pressure because that means they want me. They really want me. So even though I don't kiss on the first date, even though I don't go to somebody's house on the first date, they apply pressure. So I'm going to violate this boundary. If you allow them to violate your boundaries early on, I can guarantee you they're going to be violating your boundaries later on. They just are. That's how it works. If you allow this boundary violation, expect more to happen. Expect more to come. Why wouldn't they? If you allowed me to get away with this at first, why wouldn't you allow me to get away with it later? You were cool with it. You were fine with this at first, but I'm not now. Can your boundaries change? Yes, absolutely. Your boundaries can change. You know what I mean? But you still have to apply them. You know what I mean? I know I tell people, Your early boundary violations, like you see those clips I shared in that video where it was it's just two of these two weird dudes on TikTok, man. Like I said, if you hear people talk like this, y'all, like if you're a woman or you're a man, you hear people talk like this, avoid. Why do y'all entertain people like this? You see this person on TikTok. Here's why women who don't set boundaries in relationships get treated way better by men. Y'all hear shit like that and just fall in love with somebody like that. It's like, ooh, I don't get any boundaries. Do you wonder why you get treated like shit? No, what the hell, y'all? What? You have some stuff, like if you listen to that type of stuff and you go with it, you have some stuff you need to work on with yourself. Because if people tell you this stuff straight out, if people show you who they are up front, then it's on you to allow whether or not to allow this person in your life. Why women who don't set boundaries in relationships get treated way better. Typically, when you're dealing with narcissistic people, they don't like boundaries because they want control over you. Your boundaries means lack of control. Your boundaries mean your boundaries means you are not allowing this other person to control you. So that's why narcissistic people, toxic people, very controlling, manipulative people don't like when you set boundaries against them and things like that. You see that? And what's this other weird dude said? What did he say? Why a woman shouldn't set boundaries with a man. Y'all hear this stuff? This red pill weirdo shit. I mean, y'all, again, that stuff right here, it'd be weird. Why a woman shouldn't set boundaries with a man? People who talk like that don't want partners. They want slaves. They want, They want compliance. They want people who are just going to work for them, not with them. You work for a toxic person that doesn't allow you to have boundaries, not with them. These are not your people. You see what I'm saying? I just noticed that dude got super ratio. He got 2,200 likes. So you see people liking it. But it has almost 11,000 comments. Goodness, that's a huge ratio right there, y'all. It's funny. Because you know it's some BS when you have more comments than likes on TikTok. That's one of the things. If you're not on TikTok or YouTube, I mean, if you don't see in the comment section, if somebody has more comments than likes, typically it wasn't well received. You mean, when you hear people say ratio, which means the person, you weren't well received, and things like that. But like I say, your boundaries are for you. Set your boundaries and stick to them. If you have problems setting boundaries, if you have problems saying no, then buckle up, put your seatbelt on. You're going on a bumpy ride. You might, because if you don't have boundaries, you might as well be a crash test dummy. You're the crash test dummy in the car that doesn't get the word of seatbelt. You mean, hey, I don't like you wearing seatbelts in the car. Okay, I don't have boundaries, so I'm going to listen to you. And they run right to a brick wall. You get thrown through the windshield and break everybody in your body. And then you're like, what happened? How did this happen? I trusted you. Keep your boundaries in place, y'all. I know a lot of people have problems being alone and saying no. I'm just telling you, saying no is a boundary, y'all. No is a boundary. And saying no is one of the quickest ways to out a narcissist or a toxic person. Just say no to them. How do I know, Lee? How do I know this is set a boundary? Say no to them. Find a way to say no. You don't have to agree with everything everybody says, y'all, because that shows you right there if you're compatible. A narcissistic person in the beginning is going to try to be compatible with you. You mean? So they're going to be trying to morph into who you want them to be. So if you say no to them, that anger and sometimes their rage and their rejection will bubble to the surface and they'll get angry as hell at you and try to lash out at you. You mean? So if y'all online hearing people talk about don't set boundaries and being led, you can be submissive and you can allow somebody to lead you, but you can also simultaneously have boundaries as well. They don't mean being submissive and being led don't mean you don't have boundaries. They just mean it's a whole different video topic. I don't get into that because I feel like a lot of this stuff is common sense. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff is absolutely common sense. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. I'm truly, truly thankful for y'all. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, mental illness is out. Peace.